Holy moly, we made some gold while we were in there. When this thing got up to 600 degrees, the gold amalgam turned into regular gold. Hey gamers, it's Wintermute here from Grind This Game. Just continuing on with the Outbreak update. And there's been a pretty significant change that was done in a patch just recently. And that is disinfecting is now automatically done. So when I first loaded in, I noticed that they weren't building anything, they weren't digging anything. So I kind of zoomed out a bit and I noticed that they were just disinfecting all over the place. And that's because it was set like this. Actually, I can't remember the exact level, but they were automatically disinfecting everything all the time. So I've set that really high, and they were still going like off into the far reaches of the map to disinfect. So I went into jobs and I just took everyone off disinfect. So if I ever need anything disinfected, I'll just put one person on disinfect. I'll manually set it. And that way we can keep our dupes on task. The other thing I noticed when I kind of zoomed out and just kind of watched is that they're traveling up here to deal with this sleet wheat. There was a sleet wheat farm here. And they were just having to travel so much distance. They were going through here, up here, up here. And they were delivering water and fertilizer a lot. So I'm relocating this down here. And that way they can get the water from here. Fertilizer's over here, or going to be down here. But at least they don't have to travel as far. So it should be faster to grow these plants. I noticed an improvement I can make on this grow room as well. I kind of had them separately airlocked and had this thermal barrier and had two CO2 inputs. Don't really need that. I just need one input and some airflow tiles. And I really only, I guess I need two airlocks, but I could have one airlock and a ladder, but I only need one CO2 input. And I'm just deconstructing two of my doors here. Just want to see if one airlock or two airlocks is enough to keep that carbon dioxide out. Now, one thing I really want to play with this episode, and I haven't tried it out yet, is this Thermo Aquatuner. I want to see if I can use it to boil polluted water to purify it. But this thing requires a ton of power, so I'm going to need to use heavy watt wire to feed it. And I got to put it in a place that's going to be safe for a lot of heat and steam. I might do it in this area here. And I might use coal generators, two of them, instead of natural gas power. Just have localized power output. So I'm thinking of putting one tank here with the Thermo Aquatuner in here, which will boil the polluted water. Steam will rise, and maybe we'll put some gas permeable tiles at an angle so that steam gets trapped, condenses, flows back down into a clean tank, and then the cooled polluted water will dump maybe in a third tank here. Now I read in the forums that the electric grill is overheating for a lot of people. And people were saying to put it in a pressurized room with cooled hydrogen. And that seems like not very good, not very fun. Should be able to use the grill kind of continuously. Here's that bug again. Just things randomly turning off. Very annoying. It's too cold in here, so I can uproot these. I'm just putting this tunnel here so they can more efficiently get to this area. Because right now they're having to run all the way around the outside here. Now we don't want this tank to be too big, because we want to turn the water to steam. We want to kind of dissipate all the heat we can. So I'm doing a double-walled tank here, insulated. I hope it'll be strong enough. It should be. We're only putting a tiny amount of water in. So I'm leading in a polluted water pipe along here, down here, and I'm putting it through a valve so I can control the flow. We only want a tiny amount going in. And I put it over here because it's going to get really hot right here, because we should have steam coming off here. So we'll get this filled up, get a couple of coal generators going. We'll see if we can heat this water up. This algae distiller is just totally broken. They keep delivering slime to it infinitely, but it never gets full. So I'm gonna deconstruct it and rebuild it. There we go. It's finally working. So here's the plan with this all this apparatus that I've built here. I don't know if it's going to work, but so I built an Aquatuner here, and I'm pumping polluted water over here into a valve right here, so I can control the amount that fills up this little reservoir here. So I want the Aquatuner to be slightly underwater, because it gets really hot, and the goal is to boil this polluted water, turn it into steam. The steam will rise and cool down and bubble and dribble down here into this tiny little thing here. I should have made this bigger, but so fresh water should go in here, and the cooled polluted water should go in here. So we'll see how this works. Oh, and this, you have to use heavy watt wire, and this thing takes 1200 watts, so you can't go through any tile unless you use bridges. So it just goes directly into these two coal generators and two batteries. So we'll just see how that works. It's probably going to get really hot. Not enough water in there yet. So I'm turning it off until we have we filled up this area a bit, because we're losing our water pressure for the main Aquatuner. So we'll get this filled up to the brim of the Aquatuner first. It's not really heating up as much as I thought it would. Might need to send more water through it. I'm actually going to cut off the water supply to the pinch peppers so we get more water going in here. There we go. Now we're getting 10 kilogram chunks. There we go. Oh, almost 100 degrees. I think we need a dedicated pump to send water in here. Okay, now we got a dedicated pump. So with full water going through this thing, maybe it'll get hot enough. Yeah, it's staying over 100 more. Oh, it doesn't even have the full water yet. Here we go. Oh yeah, 130 degrees, 140. And it's making steam, I think. When does this thing overheat? 175 degrees. Oh, nice. Okay. Might need some more dependable power than this, but could put a bunch of hamster wheels in here. Okay, let's see. 120, 150. Nice, it's staying nice and hot. Are we getting steam? I don't know if we have the water deep enough here. Oh, it's warming up. 86, 87, 89. Oh, damage overheated. Oh yeah, it got up nice and high. Okay, let's turn this off and fill this a little bit more. Actually, let's just send less water to it and see if it doesn't get as hot. Let's try 6,000. We want to maintain it around 120-ish. So that's kind of working. Don't want too much liquid in here, it won't be able to heat up. We can afford to send a little bit more through, maybe 7,000. Oh, our polluted water is almost at 100 degrees. It actually doesn't boil until 120 though. But it'll get there. Oh, we got steam, we got steam, we got steam, we got steam. We got a lot of steam. Holy moly. Look at this thing. Holy crap. It's working. It's going crazy, but it's working. Oh, a bunch of the clean water just fell back in here. And cooled it off. Huh. That's okay, as long as some of it goes here. So I had to move things around a bit, but it's working better now. Now we have a new problem, and we have a bunch of cold polluted water. What the hell? We got stuff bubbling everywhere. Too much heat. We gotta shut this thing down for a while. I'm just gonna let the water spill over down, all the way down here. So kill these tiles. It should just drool all out of here. Well, that was kind of a failed experiment. It was kind of working, and we got a little bit of... I don't know where all this clean water came from. How much is here? Oh, tiny amount. But our main collection point here got 647 kilograms. Not too bad. If we move our valves back, we won't get that overheating issue. It seems like a really slow way to produce, to clean polluted water. And we almost used all of our polluted water during that exercise. I mean, we could heat it back up and put it back in, but it's kind of a waste of energy. One thing we didn't get was dirt coming out of the... Maybe we did. Let's see. Oh yeah, we did get dirt. I don't know if this dirt would build up to a point where it would block things. So I added this little room here to try to keep the grill cool. So put some wheeze warts. It's all insulated with abyssalite. So we're going to see if we can cook continuously without it overheating. I still think it's going to overheat. Maybe not. Oh yeah, it was negative in here before, and now it's already 20 degrees above. Could try more Weezeworts. I'm pretty sure this is not an intended feature. Otherwise the grill is just completely useless. The other thing I did was put in this pump here to kind of refill our polluted water tank over here. So it's just moving it around and up and over. Problem is that this is really cold and this is going to cool down our tank, which is not really desired. And I also moved the valves over here so they wouldn't overheat. So we can try to fire this thing up again and see if it'll work. And for this fresh water that it makes, I'm thinking of just letting it drain out through the bottom, naturally draining all the way down and into our clean water pit here. I just want to see if I can get it working again. I want to drain this first because I don't want this to get too low. It was making such a small amount of clean water that I don't think it's going to be worthwhile. I'm not even sure if it's a good way to cool water because it just leaves behind hot water, which you have to deal with in some way. Kind of like the old-fashioned Weezewort cooling system. But the other thing I could do is use lava. I've tried this a few times before to boil the polluted water on the magma, which works, but it leaves behind dirt, and the dirt messes everything up, clogs everything up. So I don't even know if I want to do that experiment again. I've done it 2 or 3 times before in previous playthroughs, and it ends up just being a disaster. But I could try it again. Let's try this again. Now there's hardly any polluted water in there, so it should steam up. What? It's overheating already? It's 293 degrees already. Okay. Guess we took out too much water. Oh no, we got dirt. Sand. Huh. Well, the dirt turned into sand because it's so damn hot. Whoa! It just exploded. Look at that. It just exploded. It disappeared. It didn't even get damaged. Or got damaged, but then it disappeared. Oh wow. This is finicky stuff. Holy moly, we made some gold while we were in there. When this thing got up to 600 degrees, the gold amalgam turned into regular gold. Melting point 1000. Properties flammable. Overheat temperature plus 5000. Oh, what the heck? Can we build things out of gold? No. That would be cool if we could. There's no place for them to put this gold, I think. That's the problem. They can't find it in storage. Refined metal, gold. Huh. We have made gold! That's pretty cool. So we got it running again. Got a full flow going into it, so it's going to warm up a lot. But this water in here, it's polluted water, it's going to take a while to heat up. It's going to take a very long time. So we'll go do something else while it's doing its magic. We'll come back in a few cycles. I kind of turned off the pinch pepper nut for now because we need more polluted water. We're actually going to run out of coal as well. We're using a lot in this operation down here. Could get some coal production from our hatches. We could turn sedimentary rock into coal. Since we don't really use it, we have lots of it. We could also turn fertilizer into coal, I think. And fertilizer is renewable, so let's try that. Agricultural fertilizer 9. So we'll fill this thing up with fertilizer, and then we'll eject it and let the hatches eat it. Okay, let's eject this fertilizer and see what happens. Ooh, there they go. Wow, they're eating it pretty fast. Looks like they're pooping 125 kilograms per munch. I already know I'm not going to use this thing long term. It's just too finicky. It uses way too much energy. It's cooling our water down, which we don't want. And it's going to take forever. What I'm doing here is joining our massive power production here, the entire circuit with this circuit, so we can stop using all this coal. Because I think we have excess power on the line that we can use. It shouldn't be able to bubble out now that it got this airflow tile capping it. We could get the airflow tile could start to get damaged though from heat. Have to keep an eye on it. I'm running out of gold amalgam. I'll have to go search for some. Oh, we got dirt coming out. Oh, look at all this dirt. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, wow. Okay, this thing's gonna get too hot too fast here. 140. Yep, we got steam forming. Why are you going in there, Marie? Get out of there. Thing's at 200 degrees already. Oh look, it just completely burnt up all the water. What pressure damage? From what? This tiny amount of water? Oh, look at that. This has been a failed experiment. Total failure. Okay, it was interesting though. It was fun and interesting. Let's take it all down. Tear it all down. Maybe if we had used a bigger water body here, it wouldn't have been as crazy. But it's not an efficient way to make clean water, I don't think. We only got a few kilograms out of that whole exercise. What should we do next? More exploration? So what we were trying to do over here is another puffed farm. So he can eat all this polluted oxygen and poop it down in this little water trough. Our little guys breathe too much slime lung from being in here, so I'm going to keep them out of here for a while. So I set the priority really low in here. 5. So if they... We can set it, once they're all back to 100 immunity, I'll send them back in. And no one seemed to come and open this door. Maybe you can only open it from the outside, not the inside. That would make sense. So maybe they can never lock, or maybe they can never get in here. So I guess we can't get out of the asteroid. Maybe that's how the invaders will get in. Just trying to expose the last chunk of the map up here. Might have a geyser in here. I can see some water. So I'm digging in here, but I don't want to go into this slime. And I'm digging in here, and I might go up from here. Look at this little formation. It's all oxalite. And a lot of algae in here. A sweet little pocket. Cycle 444. Bad luck to some people. Not me, but... Oh, there's the second water geyser up here. Steam geyser. Found it. It's way up in the bottom left-hand corner. So here's the base. Here's our first steam geyser down here. And the other one's way up here. Put some lighting in. Make things a little bit warmer in here. What's the decor like in here? 228. Let's get Trivaldo in the old brain chair so we can suck its knowledge out. Here he goes. Sunny disposition, yay! What I'm going to do with this geyser is make a little tunnel here so that the steam can flow and water can flow into here and just melt this whole giant area. I'm going to seal it in here. We'll see how that goes. And then when we actually need it, there's going to be a whole bunch of it. You do need to seal this ladder after though. I'm going to open this up so some water can come in here, pool here, and maybe break through eventually. And we got a natural abyssalite formation here, this kind of diamond shape. So it should just fill this all up. It'll also, once that's all filled up, it'll also drain this way and melt all this. It could take hundreds of cycles, but I'm just setting it up so it can do this. Got 100% immunity, no stress, 0 stress, 320k of food. Pretty happy. Next episode I'll probably take on some more dupes, since we only have 11. Maybe I'll try to ramp it up to 20, see how the lag goes. And I might do a time lapse where I just let the game run for, I don't know, 100 cycles. And kind of just see what happens. See if we can just let it go on autopilot without anything blowing up. We don't have an algae dependency anymore. Our water seems to be in decent balance, but we'll have to keep an eye on it. So there we go, it's all sealed up now. Well, that's it for this episode. Things are looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased. This experiment we did with the Thermo Aquatuner was a complete failure, but it was worth trying. It's always fun to try new things. And we built a cool room for our cooking station. And I think it's cool enough here now to cook continuously, but I'm not sure. I haven't gotten any overheat warnings in a while. We've got a ton of food. Way too much. Zero stress, almost full immunity. So next episode I'll start taking on more dupes. And we'll let this thing run on autopilot and see how it runs. Maybe do some time-lapse videos. Please hit that subscribe button if you're liking these videos. And then you'll get alerts on future videos that I do. And as always, thanks for watching.